crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadtoroot.com with your morning hornets. Here's your sip of chaga coffee. It is Friday. I'm in Oklahoma City. Hopefully, I will see you guys tonight, either at the event or streamed live online. I'm going to do some streaming as well at Road to Ruta, so check it out. We're going to have fun for the next 2 days. Just wanted to give you a heads up. We've got 31,000 views on the Andy Schectman interview. Hopefully that's 31,000 people that just learned that the world's about to fall apart. The world of silver availability is about to fall apart. Go check out that interview. Andy is amazing. Talking about, without no conspiracy theory here, by the way, but he's a wealth of knowledge on why metals move. So he touches the industrial side with the Belt and Road thing, that thing that can never happen because there's not enough silver in the world even to come close. There's not even enough silver in the world to make everything an electric car. This is insane. The world we live in is insane. It's like people don't talk to each other. Analysts have no brain anymore. That's the problem. If you're an analyst, a silver analyst, you should be screaming at the top of your lungs, look at electric cars. By 2050, they're all going to be running using every ounce of silver that's dug out of the ground and recycled. How is that possible? It's not possible. The only reason it's going to be painful is they're not allowing the price to catch up with demand. Demand is off the charts. The U.S. Mint still won't make enough silver eagles to legally fulfill their obligations. I don't know what more I could tell you about that other than my fingers are crossed that they're actually making silver eagles and stockpiling them for the future, which I really think they are. But in any case, it doesn't matter if you do that. If you're going to lie to the American public, why would we ever trust the mint ever again? Can you trust a mint that went along with the criminality of short playing, let's call it that, short playing the silver market? The U.S. Mint is the only mint on the planet that is required by law to buy silver blanks or silver bars, whatever it takes to fulfill the demand for silver eagles. Every other country can do what they want. The U.S. Mint is still liable under U.S. law to do this. How are we going to ever trust the mint again? And it's so important that we trust the mint. So all you deep staters who are or patriots, if it's true that the mint's stockpiling, that's probably for the patriots. Either way, we're going to lose complete faith in the mint, in the U.S. Mint, so that when the time comes when we really need them to print to create the money of the United States, gold and silver coinage, nobody's going to trust them anymore. We can't give our trust to an entity that lied to us up and down, didn't fulfill their obligations under the law. What are we going to do? You're screwing it up for everybody. Anyway, yeah, definitely go check out that interview. It's at Road to Ruta. That should be 3.1 million people need to watch that video. And what's going to happen? They're going to go out and buy silver and find out you cannot get it at any price. That's the moment we're about to hit. You cannot buy silver at any price. And you'll be kicking yourself that you didn't go down to your local coin shop today, which is April 21st, and get as much as you can. By the way, Monday something's going to happen. I'll save that to the very end. Monday something is going to happen that could throw the entire system into chaos again. Anyway, we'll be talking about that at the Litecoin Lisa show here in Oklahoma City. If you're close enough, it's probably too late to fly there. Well, maybe not. You never know. There's an event today and tomorrow afternoon. Today's event starts at 3 o'clock, I think Lisa said. It starts at 3:30, but the doors open. I better get this right or she'll be mad at me. You can't have that. 3:30. 3:30 is when the doors open. The live happy hour simulcast starts at 4, I believe. Or it could start at 3:30. I don't know what Lisa, she might really have her act together this time. Here's to you, Lisa. Love that girl. We got in late last night, so we couldn't party with them. But we will tonight. Although I'm not drinking much. Probably better. God knows I think better when I'm not drinking. Anyway, you can get your tickets. Go to litecoinlisa.net. I believe they're also, you can also buy at the door. At the door, she accepts Litecoin, obviously, but also I think she's accepting Dirty Fiat because this is all a charity event for the Mighty Mia team event. Really fun. Go check it out. Check it out. This made me giggle. $100 million gold heist at Canada's biggest airport. Goodfellas meets Italian job. It's such a con. This whole thing is a con. $100 million of gold heist. That's going to cover up a $100 million mistake or derivative that fell off the wayside. Who had $100 million worth of gold? Well, it's a very small amount of entities that have that much gold. It's either the Central Bank of Canada or, more likely, it's called the Royal Bank of Canada. It's the Royal Amount. They won't say who owned the gold. It could be anybody. It could be leased gold. It could be rehypothecated gold. It might be fake gold bars. It might all be a con just to because they failed to declare that they got rid of $100 million worth of gold, so they're just going to pretend it got stolen and collect the insurance money. I don't know what it is, but I guarantee you this is nothing normal about losing $100 million worth of gold. Nothing normal. What were they guarding with? Pea shooters? Oh, it was like that trailer of nickels. There was a huge trailer of nickels that was burglarized a couple of days ago. And I'm like, the truck was parked overnight in a lot. Oh, come on. The truck driver did it with his buddies. Don't be an idiot. It's not rocket science. Well, who the hell in their right mind would steal nickels? The getaway car would be loaded down almost instantly, and you'd have a couple $1,000s worth of nickels. It's just, there's so many insane things going on. The biggest insanity is silver price rigging. We will never trust the regulators again. We will never trust the exchanges again when all this comes out. And it is coming out, by the way, 100% guaranteed. It will come out. I mean, it already has come out for the people who are listening, but it will show up in price, probably not on the COMEX, probably, but it is starting to show up when you go to your local coin shop and you're paying $30 for an ounce of silver. That's only $25 spot price. And it's like, why am I paying such a huge premium? Because they don't have any. The world's running out. The billionaires and zillionaires want to buy theirs, and there's no way they can get it. They'll be competing against Apple Computer. Tesla, obviously, is massively into silver. It has to be. They had a rocket blow up. How much silver was in that rocket? By the way, the 50 ounces of silver in every missile, Tomahawk missile, I've never seen any verification for that. Even if it is, it doesn't really matter. It's tiny in the big scope of things. People like saying that, but military. The main thing with the military, and this was debated back in the late 70s, early 80s, the main thing militarily is you have to control the price of silver because it will destroy the economic system and the monetary system. So you use your military in any way you can. Silver is the most important thing to the military, not just their tools and weapons and things like that, but the military that is charged with protecting the United States. I guarantee you they are very, very, very interested in keeping the price of silver down. There was congressional debate about this in the 90s, whether or not to sell off the 3 billion ounces of silver that the U.S. government had as reserves. And they did selling it. It's gone. That's why they had to tear down the Y-12 facility back in, it was in the late 90s. They said they tore it down. This is the Manhattan Project. Silver, it was 3 billion ounces. That 3 billion ounces is, where is that coming from? Why is that? So many things behind the scenes are being done, and you're allowed to know just that much, just a little bit. So they're still rigging silver today. Bless your soul if you're buying today because you got it cheaper than yesterday type of thing. I don't know how high the premiums have to go before people say, what the fuck is going on? Silver Eagles are approaching $50 premium with the premium. $50 because Ventures Gibson refuses to make Silver Eagles in quantity equal to demand. And it has been, I have 2 letters from the U.S. Treasury saying they didn't do anything. This was before. You can get those in the Freedom of Information request. No, we don't have anything pertaining to that subject. Well, by law, the Treasury Secretary is supposed to, if they're going to stop making Eagles to meet demand, the Treasury Secretary has to inform the Mint to do that. And they say they don't have any communications. What do you win if your government lies to you and you catch them on it? You don't win anything. You win a sip of chaga coffee. All right, so much going on in the silver world. This is, I can't say this is your last chance to buy, but if this isn't your last chance, we're damn close to it. It's definitely your last chance to get cheap silver, because if the price of silver gets crammed down below $20 again, the premiums are going to stay up there, and you're only going to be able to buy physical for $30. The price of physical silver will not follow the price of the derivative monstrosity. And don't forget, as we can see in the data, all the big players, the 4 big riggers, are getting out of their short position. What does that tell you? They're probably out by now, completely. Which means they're going long. And do banks want to make money? Absolutely. That's why you see these spike downs are basically control things, because Bank of America has to pay back silver derivatives that they took out on the silver they leased from JP Morgan. Now that physical silver is what matters. The massive derivatives that surround it is just bullshit derivative games. But that physical silver ended up somewhere, and it won't be going back to JP Morgan. That's not the way silver leasing works. They got to either have an option to close it out without redelivery, but somebody soaked up the over 1 billion ounces of physical silver in the last couple of years. I think it's Elon Musk, hopefully the U.S. Mint, or they will absolutely lose all credibility. They already have, for the most part. They have destroyed a lot of their credibility, unfortunately. But when Ventures Gibson's taken out by the Biden administration, who knows what's going on. And by the way, that's right around the corner too. And I've been comparing this silver, the annual silver report for the World Silver Survey, the WSS, World Silver Survey for 2023. I've been examining it because so many of the comments don't make sense. Never do they talk about manipulation, obviously. Never do they talk about actually, they say the price of silver went down and demand went up last year because of institutional investors wanting to get out to level out the market. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in the world. These people are either stupid or corrupt or a little of both. And I think it's a little of both. I think they're really stupid, but they're also told, hey, don't pump silver. Tell people that silver's going down to $18, which is what they said. Silver's going down to $18. But I did have a chance to compare their forecasts from last year to this year just to show you guys how off these guys are. So this is the 2023. This one's the 2022. One of the biggest is look at photovoltaics. Everybody knows that solar panels are going crazy right now and will continue to show them going crazy into the future. I don't know how many years, probably until we run out of silver, which maybe just the end of this year, who knows. But what they're saying, their 2021, they claim that 114 million ounces were used in voltaics, solar panels, and they expected a growth of 13 million ounces in 2022. Now in 2022, so they expected 127. In actuality, photovoltaics right here, 140. So they got it basically. That was a 30 million ounce jump from 2021. So they got it half wrong. This is the most they're the guys who know what's going to happen, and so they way underestimated the solar panels, even though everybody was screaming about it. Oh my God, solar panels! We need a green world and all this. But look at this. In 2023, they expected, so it went up 30 million ounces from 21 to 22. Now from 22 to 23, they're saying it'll only go 20. No, it's going to be triple that. I would not be surprised to see 200 million ounces going into photovoltaics in 2023, this year. And so they're going to be off again. These guys are just nothing but off. I think the key thing is to look at from 2019 to 2000, even forecast for 23, silver deficits. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 4 full years of silver deficits. This will be the 5th year of silver deficits. Do not forget why Warren Buffett bought silver in 1998 and 99. There was a silver deficit. That was his number one reason. Meaning we were using it fast as it was coming out of the ground. Keep an eye on Warren Buffett. He is pivotal to what's going on behind the scenes in silver. And some of the hints, by the way, I've studied Warren Buffett up, down, and sideways. He is absolutely working for the good guys. He absolutely hates Wall Street. Most people already know that. But he also wants his final dying wish, which he's 92 or 93 years old, his final dying wish is to finish his father's work. His father was Howard Buffett, congressman out of Nebraska. Warren Buffett idolized his dad up, down, and sideways. His dad was screaming at our country to go back to a gold standard or we would be fucked. And we didn't, so that's why we're fucked right now. Warren Buffett is here to finish his dad's work. I think he's absolutely loading up on silver through his Bank of America investments. Remember, Buffett sold most of his other banks and goes all into Bank of America just when Bank of America started leasing physical silver from JP Morgan over 1 billion ounces. I think that Warren has facilitated a lot of that. He might even be the guy sending it over to the U.S. Mint behind the scenes. I don't know. But Warren Buffett is 100% part of the good guys' battle. And that's the kind of guy you want on your team with that much capital. I mean, what if Warren leverages up his balance sheet and goes and borrows with all the cash he has and says, I want to buy silver, and the riggers try to keep the price at $25. $25, let's just say, for yucks and giggles, that there's 1 billion ounces of silver. Potentially that could come out of all the ETFs and all that. That's $25 billion. Do you think Warren Buffett can handle a $25 billion investment? How about Elon Musk? How about all the thousands of billionaires and multi-billionaires there are out there? This game is almost over. Zoltan Pozsar gave an interview where he said, the world changed from 12 months ago. You basically see a commodity supercycle in embryonic form, but it's going to grow very fast. If geopolitics gets more complicated, you can set the stage for a big bull run. Geopolitics is more complicated, and the United States really needs to go to war to stop all this, the financial meltdown. They can blame it on the war. But are the good guys going to allow that to happen? I don't think so. Check this out. Blinken busted. Played central role in discrediting Hunter Biden laptop story as election loomed. So Anthony Blinken is a election manipulator. Why isn't he in jail now? Not then. I mean right now. Why isn't he? If they already knew this, which they did, why didn't they throw him in jail instantly? In a major development in the House ongoing probe of the deep state's October 2020 effort to suppress revelations from Hunter Biden's laptop from hell, a former senior CIA official has testified that he organized an influential letter from former intel officials to help Joe Biden win the election, and was inspired to do so by a call from current Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who was then a top Joe Biden campaign official. So the guy who's pushing to and would be the point guy for going to war was the guy who instructed the CIA senior official to get everybody's signature and forge this thing in the last seconds. Not forge it, sign their name to something that was so ridiculous and was known to be ridiculous at the time. That's the world we live in. So I think he's getting taken down because he wants to go to war, and we're not going to have that. We need to put someone in that spot that's not, put Rand Paul in there. Love Rand Paul. Anyway. Okay, I promise you at the start of this, I'd say, what's the big news, Bix? How can we go into a tailspin just on Monday? This First Republic is announcing earnings. First Republic had to take $15 billion from 3 large banks instead of getting bailed out. The question is, what was the problem at First Republic Bank? And we're going to find out very soon, because their earnings report, and it's kind of hard to lie on the earnings report, that we'll instantly see how much trouble they are in. But that gets announced after the close on Monday. So yeah, do you have your silver in hand already? If you don't, contact Miles Franklin, Andy Scheckman. Again, Andy's the man. You can send him an email, info at milesfranklin.com, and ask for his pricing list of what he's got in inventory. As soon as the check clears or the wire clears, Andy can send you what he has in inventory. If you ask for, I want what you got in inventory, that's my recommendation, because you don't want to be waiting on stuff. And I trust Andy that his suppliers, he knows when they're coming in, as long as the system is functioning properly. So lock in your silver today. Send an email to Andy, info at Miles Franklin, or better, 50 times better, go to your local coin shop. Go to your local coin shop and start a relationship with the guys behind the counter. And they love talking silver, some of them. Some of them know about the conspiracy, some of them don't. You can teach them about that. But you don't have to know about the conspiracy to just look at like the Belt and Road Initiative, which over 60% of the population is about to come into the industrialized world. It can't happen. There's not enough silver for that. They'll probably understand that. Or electric cars is going to use up all the silver just for electric cars. Same with solar panels. You're going to use up all the projections. You go out with the projections on these assets that use massive amounts of silver, and it like ends abruptly after a couple of years. There will be no silver left. So those projections are completely different. They're going to have to use an inferior type of conductor of electricity, because silver will be way too expensive if it was freely traded. Anyway, that's what I got for you. Again, go to the Litecoin Lisa event. You can go to litecoinlisa.net to get information. I think it's $50 at the door, but you can also stream it. So here, click on this, and there's another event tomorrow. If you're anywhere near Oklahoma City, come hang out with us. You can get them at the door. Go, and it tells you it's held at Rocco's Private Events and Catering in Oklahoma City. This is what the place looks like. It looks really cool. I mean, I'd party there, wouldn't you? Yeah. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a blast. And if you're inclined to get your own ounce of silver from the Ruta collection, we're giving away 1 silver Road to Ruta coin. Double stamped, individually painted, and individually numbered with the certificate of authenticity. We give these, we don't sell them, we give them away with every 1-year subscription to the private road. No Jenny Moonstone discussion yesterday because we were traveling, but she promised to be back later. I think she's going live stream on YouTube. Definitely check out Jenny Moonstone's live stream. I think she said 2 o'clock Eastern time, not quite sure, something like that. But go to YouTube and you can find Jenny Moonstone as well. She's doing great work. You got to get on that bandwagon. She literally is blowing minds over at her channel. Go to the YouTube channel and check out Jenny and all the great work she's doing. All right, that's all I got. See you tonight. Talk to you later.